With the release of Modern Horizons 3, a weird deck finally made it back in the modern metagame. That deck was Hollow One, and if you do not know what this deck does, it is basically a graveyard deck that also abuses this card called Hollow One. This is a 5-mana creature that costs 2 less for each card that you discard this turn. So this, in addition to cards like Faithless Looting, Burning Inquiry, and Street Wraith, you can easily make this a 0-mana 4/4 creature. And of course, the unassuming Detective's Phoenix being absolutely insane. This is a 1-mana creature that you can cast from your graveyard and enchant a creature to give flying haste and +2/+2. So we're going to be taking this deck through a League of Modern and showing you why Hollow One is finally back. Just a friendly reminder before the first match starts to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the draw, and starting hand has no lands. And this is a little bit better, so we'll definitely keep this, and I think we will bin a Lightning Bolt here. We're going to go for like the ultimate double Bowmaster Burning Inquiry win. It looks like we're up against an Eldrazi list. So I'm going to go turn 1 Eldrazi Temple. We draw a Street Wraith. We'll cycle. Another Inquiry. Play out our Tarn. Play out our Bauble. We'll place out Nugan's Labyrinth into a Talisman. End step, we'll bobble ourselves. Faithless Looting. Alright, we will fetch here. We're really just looking for a land. Go for a Survey land. And we do see a land. Perfect. And we find 2 of them. So we'll shock in a Blood Crypt and pass the opponent, holding up Bowmasters. Opponent plays out a Thought-Knots here. And they take our Nethergoyf. Interesting. So flash into Bowmasters. Shoot the opponent. Faithless Looting out the top. Run out another Bowmasters. Shoot the opponent again. Go fetch. Burn Inquiry. Oh, the triggers. We will take out their Thought-Knots here and shoot them for 2 as well. Ooh, we do pick up a Fear of Missing Out as well. We'll go to combat. Attack in for 9. An opponent just scoops up there. Let's get on to sideboarding. And looking at our sideboard, we have nothing. So we'll just submit the list. Game 2, starting hand is just a little too weird. Just these are random cards, so we have them all. And this is much stronger. And we'll just spin a Bauble here. Opponent goes turn 1 Labyrinth into a Talisman. Burn Inquiry at the top. Shock in our Blood Crypt and play out a DRC. Well, opponent goes turn 2 Mystic Forge. Another land off the top. Play out our Arena of Glory. Fire off an Inquiry. Then the Street Wraith. We have 2 Phoenixes in the yard. We will fire off, I guess, another Nethergoyf here, and then attack in for 3. Opponent runs out another Talisman into a Microspawn, picking up a Urza's Tower. Wow, Relic, pretty annoying. At least they cannot activate it. So we'll just exile our Wood Hills. Hollow One, pretty good here. We will shock in our Blood Crypt, fire off our Nethergoyf now, play out our Inquiry, bin everything, and we can play a Phoenix on our Nethergoyf, exile in Hollow One Inquiry. Yeah, I guess we'll bin a Bobble here. Go to combat, attacking with the team. Opponent has an All's Dust, but they have nothing else, and that means that we're just going to have lethal here. Play out our DRC, play out our Detective's Phoenix, and we have exactly 5 damage. And opponent scoops up. Let's get on to the next match. We're on the play, and starting hand looks pretty decent. Just need a way to discard here. We will lead on Fetch Shocking, just thin out the deck a little bit. Street Wraith twice. Ooh, we do find a Looting. Yeah, I guess we'll fire that off. Discard a Phoenix, and I guess a Mire here. And then play out a Hollow One. Looks like we're up against the Blink matchup here. Play out our Mountain, go to combat, and attack for 4. Opponent fetches out a Plains and plays out an Emperor of Bones. They exile our Phoenix, and step we will fire off our Bowmasters. Shoot the opponent. DRC is not bad. We'll fire off Burning Inquiry. Get some Bowmaster triggers, take out their Emperor, and shoot the opponent for 1. Then we'll play out our DRC, go to combat, attacking with the team, cast out another free Hollow One, pretty sweet, and then play our lands. We get the Survey land. And opponent scoops up there. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to bring in 2 Rough Tumbles for an Orcish Bowmaster and a Burning Inquiry. Game 2, starting hand is a little weaker, but definitely a keep. Opponent goes turn 1 Mesa, we'll go turn 1 Mountain into DRC, and we do pick up a Street Wraith. Another land for the opponent. We will Fetch Shock, play out the Bauble that we just drew, then another land, then we'll go to combat, attack in with the DRC, and we'll just pass here. Another Survey land for the opponent on the end step, and we'll bother them because they kept something on top. Ophelia. Opponent plays out a Bolt land into a White Orchid Phantom, and they are going to try and take out our Blood Crypt here, so we'll float a black mana, pick up our Mountain, then fire off a Bowmasters. We draw another Bauble into 2 Street Wraiths. We will cast out our Bauble. Don't think we need DRC. Cyclo Street Wraith. Tarfire, not a bad pickup here. And a Bolt. We'll try and Tarfire the White Orchid Phantom. And we will bin a Faithless Looting. Then we will go to combat, attacking with the team. Okay, they evoke out a Solitude here, taking out our DRC. And they do go for an Ephemerate, so we can Bolt the Solitude. This will Bobble them now as well. Seeing a Plains, then we'll play out our Tarn passing. Ooh, an Emperor of Bones for the opponent. Pretty good. End step, we Surveil. We'll bin a Orcish Bowmasters. Nethergoyf. Very good draw. Then we will play out our Fear of Missing Out. Discard our Phoenix. Picking up a DRC. Yep, and they do adapt here, bringing back a Solitude, taking out our big old Goyf. Opponent exiles our Phoenix, attacks in with the team. Oh my, they have an Ephemerate. That's really good. Take out our Fear of Missing Out. Another land for us. Not great. We'll play our DRC, and we'll just pass. They Ephemerate their Solitude again, taking out our DRC. They exile our Faithless Looting and attack in. Okay, Street Wraith, not bad. Another land for us. Run that out, pass the opponent. Opponent attacks in for 7, exiling our DRC. Faithless Looting off the top. run that out. And yeah, at this point, we're too far behind, so we'll scoop it up and get on to the next game. Game 3, starting hand, I think it's just a little too weak here, so and we have a no-lander, sadly on a mole. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's hope there's a land in our top 2. This is going to be a little bit risky. We'll get rid of our DRC and bobble. Oh, no. No. All right. Well, no land for us. Unfortunate. Opponent goes turn 1 Vial. No land again. We'll probably get one more turn here. Opponent plays out their Overlord, and we draw another non-land. So we'll just scoop it up here. Sadly, not the best game 3, but we'll get on to the next match. We are on the play, and starting hand looks pretty good. We'll go Fetch Shock, play out a DRC into a bobble. Ooh, we get to bin a Phoenix, and we'll just bobble the opponent now. Scene and Otawara. Pick up another Looting, and it looks like opponent's on an Amulet deck. Burn Inquiry, interesting pickup here. I would like the Bowmasters, but we really need a land here. That is very unfortunate. We'll discard a Fear of Missing Out, and I guess a Bowmasters, and then go to combat, attacking for 3. Opponent plays out a Mirror Pool. Another Inquiry for us. Okay, Faithless Looting. No land. Please land. Okay, we found a land finally. I think we'll just bin Inquiry, Faithless Looting, play out Cliffs. Guess we'll cycle Street Wraith here. Cycle another Street Wraith, another Phoenix, and then we will play out our Nethergoyf, attacking for 3. Opponent plays out a Crumbling Vestige into an Boreal Grazer. Top deck a land, not bad. Play that out, play out our DRC. Then we will put a Phoenix on our DRC that we just played. Getting rid of a Street Wraith and an Inquiry. Yeah, we're bidding everything here, unless it's a Bowmasters, I believe. Okay, that resolves. Guess we'll do another Phoenix. Getting rid of a Street Wraith and a Faithless Looting. Guess we're bidding again. Everything that's not a Bowmasters. 2 hollow ones in the bin. Attacking with the team, 15 damage, but they do have a blocker, and we also know they have an Otawara, so. And they block and bounce our DRC. I'm gonna plays out a Summoner's Pact, getting a Lumra. Okay, that's really cool. They get to put in 4 lands. Really sweet little combo here. And they do pick up their Otawara, so sadly we don't have lethals just yet. We find another DRC, we'll fire one of them off, then we will fire off Burn Inquiry. We're just looking for a Phoenix, I believe. Find a Street Wraith, cycle it. And we find a Bowmasters. Alright, well, guess we're going to combat here. And we're just attacking with everything. And they do bounce our Nethergoyf. And then Beseiju our Phoenix. Then they block our DRC, that's fine. And we'll just run out another Goyf now. One plays that I Crumble Vestige into a Primetime. They pick up a Lotus Field, interesting, and a Simic Growth Chamber. I see. They're going to Mirror Pool and create a copy of Lumra. Wow, this is such a cool little combo. And yeah, at this point, we are just going to lose this game. But I just want to see it, so we'll come back when we are dead. Yeah, an opponent just described the loop. And if anyone doesn't know, they can just like sacrifice Mirror Pool over and over and get back all the lands. This is super cool. I guess this is probably a stock list, but I just haven't played against Titan in a while, so let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 2 Tarfires for 2 Surgicals. Game 2 turn hand is pretty decent, so we'll lead on turn 1 Mountain, DRC, and we're going to hold the bobble for next turn. Wow, okay, that's a really good draw. We will Blood Crypt. Opponent does go Saga. We will play out our DRC, and I think we're just going to go for the fun start here with Burn Inquiry. I think, again, just no reason to keep anything, just bin everything. Okay, we do get to play out 1 Hollow One for free. Then we'll Mistress Bobble. Again, betting basically everything. I'm going to attack in for 3, and instead we bobble them. Seen an Amulet on top. It's kind of scary. Bowmaster's pretty good. Bolt also good. And I think we are supposed to Burn Inquiry here. Again, just spinning everything. Phoenix is actually really good to bin. I think I'd rather just hold up Bolt here and attack in for 10. We could Phoenix, but we can just do something next turn. I mean, we also just have lethal next turn, so. Now, they did discard the Amulet, which was kind of nice. Oh, they do Beseiju our Hollow One as well. And yeah, we'll just pick up Blood Crypt here and jock it in. Okay, opponent plays out a Vestige into Escape Shift. I am so lost. What's gonna happen here? I wonder if they can get like 2 Lotus Fields. Okay, but Jukabog, Simic Growth Chamber. That makes sense as well. And they bounce the Jukabog, then exile our Yard. Okay, after seeing this, I definitely going to bring in Ley Line if we do win this game. Shoot the opponent for 1 on the instep with Bowmasters. And upkeep, we will bolt the opponent. Filter out our draw just a little bit, then a Phoenix, and we'll top a bolt. Then we'll bolt the opponent again, then a land, I guess spin a bolt, and yeah, they scoop it up there. So we'll get on to sideboarding once again. So we're gonna bring in 4 Ley Lines, and we're gonna take out 2 Surgicals and 2 Fear of Missing Out. All right, I mean, the sand's pretty sweet here. We will keep and hope they don't have too explosive a hand. Opponent goes turn 1 Otawara into an Amulet. Okay, Street at the top, pretty good. Ley Line of the Void, not it. Shock in, and we will Faithless Looting. And I think we're just gonna bin Ley Line Phoenix. I plays out an Echoing Deeps into an Expedition map. Blackleaf Cliffs, not bad. Play that, and we'll just hold up Masters. Opponent plays out another Amulet. Okay, they had a bounce land. And they pick up an Otawara. Then they use their Expedition map here. Picking up a Crumbling Vestige. End step, we'll flash on our Bowmasters. Top deck another Ley Line. And I'm not sure if this is the right play, but I think we're just going to do the Bowmasters, Burn Inquiry, Baloney. Shock and Blood Crypt, fire up Burn Inquiry. Okay, they discard a Primeval Titan. So hopefully that's good enough. And we'll go to combat and hope they cannot take us out next turn. And they Summoner's Pact for a Primeval Titan. I have a feeling that's game. All right, well, I come back and somehow they're only randomly attacking with a 6/6. Don't really know what happened. All right, and I think we just have the win with our Phoenix, right? So we'll lead with that. Go to combat, attacking for 3. Hey, and we take it down. Let's go. Didn't expect to win that one, but let's get on to the next match. We're on the play, and starting hand is a little too just creature heavy, so we get a mole. And our 6 looks much stronger here. We will keep and bend one of the lands. We'll play out our Bauble and our Mire and pass. Well, it looks like we're up against another blue-black Link deck, so we'll look at our top card. A Phoenix, we do not need that, and we will Surveil. Another Phoenix, at least this is better in the yard. Top deck another Bowmasters. We'll play out our Arena of Glory into a Fear of Missing Out, and we'll discard a Blood Crypt. We'll play a Surveil land, bending a Pinnacle Monk, and we draw a Nethergoyf. Play out our land, go to combat, attack in. Then we get to attack again. Because of Fear of Missing Out, we'll play out our Nethergoyf and just hold up Bowmasters. Opponent files in a Emperor of Bones, taking out our Detective Phoenix. And in step, we'll flash in our Bowmasters. Top deck on Bauble. I think we just go to combat here, attacking with everything except for our Bowmasters. And they do block with the Emperor, so we will flash in our Bowmasters, shooting the opponent. And they do Galvanic Discharge our Orc Army. And they're down to 7, so we'll just Bauble them now, seeing a Witch Enchanter. Ooh, we top deck a Street Wraith. Opponent bolts in their Witch Enchanter, playing out of Flage. Oh, they target our Goyf. We will cycle Street Wraith, pumping it, picking up a DRC. Oh yeah, but they can just eat it, duh. That works. And we top deck another Goyf. We're gonna cycle a Hollow One now. Okay, we find a Faithless Looting. I think we're supposed to fire that off. An opponent files in an Aven Interpreter to counter it, essentially. So we'll go to combat. I think we'll attack in with our Fear of Missing Out. Opponent's down to 5. Another land for the opponent. They play out a Flickerwisp, blinking their land. They take out our Goyf, attacking for 2, and then take out our Fear of Missing Out with their Witch Enchanter. Okay, so we find a bolt. It's not bad. We'll cast our Faithless Looting. Okay, so we do have lethal in 2 turns. Guess we'll just discard DRC and Faithless Looting, play out a Goyf, and then hope that next turn we can just deal 5 to the face. Okay, opponent plays another Flickerwisp, flickering Flickerwisp. They exile Fear of Missing Out with the Emperor. They finally bring back Flickerwisp, taking out our Goyf, but I think unless something weird on 4 comes, we're good. And we'll start with a Tarfire and fire off Bolt. All right, we take down that game. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're gonna bring in 2 Rough Tumble and take out 2 Fear of Missing Outs. Game 2, starting hand looks really good. Opponent goes turn 1 tap land. We find another Inquiry. We'll shock in our Blood Crypt and go turn 1 Goyf. Opponent goes Surveil land, bending a Plains. Bowmaster, very good draw. We will play out our Glory, and we'll just hold up our Bowmasters. Opponent goes Fetch Shock, playing out a Recruiter of the Guard, picking up a Flickerwisp. So instead, we will Bowmasters and take out the Recruiter. Rough Tumble, not bad. We will fire off a Burn Inquiry, get some triggers. We will shoot the opponent with all of them. Then we will fire off another Burn Inquiry. Oh my, we get a free Hollow One. Play out an Arena of Glory, bring back a Phoenix, equip it to, or bestow it onto our Hollow One. And yeah, that is lethal. I mean, it was lethal before that, but even with that, that is extra. Wow, that was so powerful. So let's get on to the next match. We're on the play, and starting hand looks pretty decent. We'll go Fetch Shock into a DRC. Opponent goes Mountain Bolt, taking out our DRC, and then they do Bauble us as well. Definitely can be the mirror match. We get Glory off the top. Good one. We'll play that. Hold up Bowmasters. Opponent plays out a Steam Fence into a Preordain, so we will fire off our Bowmasters. Yep, and they do, wow, Gut Shot for our Bowmasters. So this is probably a Phoenix list. Okay, we top deck a Hollow One. We will fire off Burn Inquiry, keep our Hollow One, and bend the Phoenix. Sadly, we don't have enough evidence to actually bring back the Phoenix, so we'll just attack in for 1. Opponent goes land into a Slick Shot Show Off, and they fire off a Consider. And before combat, we will fire off Tarfire. Hopefully, they don't have a Mutagenic Growth. And they do. That is spooky, but fine. Top deck a Faithless Looting. We'll fire off Bolt on the Show Off. Then we will just attack in for 5. Opponent plays out a Swift Spear into an Expressive Iteration, and they end up exiling a Lava Dart. And they cast Lava Dart, targeting us. I think we need to bolt the Swift Spear. If they have a Mutagenic Growth, we do lose, but no way. Okay, they have a Gut Shot. Don't think that they can kill us though. Yep, they attack in for 4, whatever, and we just have lethal. Yep, we find another Goyf. That will be extra lethal here. Play that out. Play our Phoenix on our Goyf, and opponent scoops it up there. Let's get on to sideboarding. And we ended up taking out 2 Fear of Missing Outs and a Tarfire for 3 Fatal Push. Opponent goes Tarn. We will lead on Bauble, then Fetch Shot, play out our Goyf. And the way we did it this order is because that means we can protect it from getting lightning bolted. Opponent ends up plotting a Slick Shot Show Off, so we will Bauble them. Seeing a Gut Shot, another Street Wraith, and a Fatal Push. Pretty good ones. We'll go to combat, attack in. I think we'll cycle 1 Street Wraith. Okay, Hollow One is good enough for me to do it twice. And we can play a 1-mana Hollow One and hold up Fatal Push as well. Opponent goes Mountain, Slick Shot Show Off. They attack in. Okay, they go Bolt Face, then Gut Shot Face. And I think we'll just try and Fatal Push now. Perfection. Okay, land is not bad. I think we will bestow our Phoenix on our Goyf. Then we'll play our Arid Mesa, fetch out a Mountain, and then tar fire the opponent, get a little extra Swole Goyf, attacking for 11, holding a push, and opponent scoops up, and as you can see, we end up going 4-1. Overall, I think this list was pretty decent. I do think Hollow One's in a good spot. I don't think I'm a huge fan of the Fear of Missing Out. I don't love the sideboard either. And when looking at the sideboard specifically, what my biggest gripe with this list is that we are playing, you know, Rough Tumble, which I think is a good card, Fatal Push, which I think is a good card, but that in addition to the fact that we're playing 5 main deck removal spells, I think it's just a little bit too overwhelming when it comes to sideboard like removal or spot removal. Fatal Pushes were obviously very good in our last game, but I just, as overall, I don't think I want this many removal spells. Additionally, not the biggest fan of Leyline of the Void. I do think, you know, graveyard decks are in the format. We could have something a little bit different, but my preference would be something like Tomad's Crypt. I don't know, just something along those lines. I'm not a huge fan of Leyline of the Void as a whole, and the only other card I would consider is maybe Ox of Agonis in the main, maybe like 1 or 2 copies. That card has performed extremely well for me recently, especially in these Hollow One decks where you're filling up your yard. Detectives Phoenix is a busted Magic card. Like, this is the card that makes this deck work. If you are, you know, questioning this card, it is insane. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.